Today I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment, charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, interstate transportation for
Learned that Combs is reportedly on suicide watch at the Metropolitan Detention Center out in Brooklyn. And sources told People magazine that Combs is in shock, that his mental state is unclear, so this is more of a preventative step. High profile. How can we forget that financier, sex offender Jeffrey Epstein died while he was locked up at the Metropolitan Correction Center in New York pending trial on his own federal charge.
Authorities are now calling him worse than Epstein. Yes, you heard that right. Diddy's Miami mansion raid has uncovered something even darker, even more twisted than we feared.
Alleges that between at least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, coerced victims, desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct.
New evidence has surfaced, and it's shaking the industry to its core. Sean Diddy Combs, one of hip-hop's biggest icons, is now facing allegations that even Jeffrey Epstein himself would have been shocked by when the Department of Homeland Security raided his Miami mansion, and what they found was beyond anyone's wildest nightmares. From hidden cameras, drugged victims, to male escorts, the shocking parallels between Diddy and Epstein are undeniable.
Combs allegedly planned and controlled performances, which he called freak-offs, and he often electronically recorded them.
Is Diddy really the new Epstein? Let's dive into this disturbing story. Back in March 2024, Homeland Security agents stormed Diddy's Miami home on Star Island.
Breaking news, the Department of Homeland Security has just confirmed to CNN that federal law enforcement agents have raided properties owned by musician and producer Sean Diddy Combs.
This wasn't just any raid. According to federal sources, the rooms they found were unsettling. One agent claimed these rooms were clearly dedicated to S, filled with cameras in places you wouldn't even imagine, lingerie, and bondage gear. And let's not forget, these weren't private moments. These were S parties, or as Diddy called them, freak-offs.
Alleges that between at least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, coerce victims, desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct.
In his world, no one was safe from being watched, recorded, and worse, exploited. The DHS agents who were on the ground said that people who attended these so-called freak-offs were being filmed from every angle. Hidden cameras were everywhere, capturing things that none of the victims knew about. And these sessions didn't just last for hours. Sometimes they went on for days.
The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercials, and often involved a variety of narcotics.
And it gets worse. Unlike Epstein, who targeted young girls, Diddy allegedly coerced his victims into S-acts with male escorts while they were drugged and barely able to move. And according to one officer, some of these girls were either barely legal or barely illegal. You might be wondering, how could someone like Diddy sink this low? Wasn't he one of the biggest names in music? How did he fall from grace to land in the same conversation as Jeffrey Epstein? Here's where things start to get eerily similar. Just like Epstein, Diddy had connections, powerful connections, and he used them to protect himself. Epstein's history of ST ficking and coercion is well known, but what the FBI is now alleging is that Diddy ran an even more sophisticated operation, one that spanned across multiple cities, multiple homes, and involved an extensive network of accomplices. One Homeland Security agent said it clearly, "In my opinion, he's as bad as Jeffrey Epstein. The similarities are striking. The hidden cameras, the underage victims, the coercion, the powerful friends. But there's one crucial difference. Diddy allegedly had male prostitutes involved, and he recorded it all. Now, federal charges of STF-icking and racketeering, dating back over a decade, are stacking up against the once-beloved music mogul. You see, Diddy was once on top of the world, a multi-millionaire music mogul with his own empire. But behind the scenes, it seems there was something much darker brewing. Just like Epstein used his wealth to control and manipulate, Diddy allegedly weaponized his fame and fortune. He lured people in with promises of a glamorous life, and once they were in his orbit, they couldn't escape. Reports suggest that some of these victims were so far gone that they didn't even know they were being filmed. In fact, in her lawsuit, Cassie Ventura claimed that she would be unconscious for days during those freak-off parties. Ventura sued under New York's Adult Survivors Act, which gave victims a one-time one-year window to sue their alleged SA perpetrator and institutions, even if the statute of limitations had run out. She says she first met Combs in 2005 when she was 19 and he was 37. In the lawsuit, she alleges that Combs controlled nearly every aspect of her life, from her career to having access to her personal medical records. She claims he was frequently violent, physically ABing her multiple times a year, and that he often plied her with copious amounts of drugs. The complaint also claims that Combs forced Ventura to have with male escorts in different cities, encounters she says he watched and recorded. The singer says she never went to the police because she was afraid that doing so would merely give Mr. Combs another excuse to hurt her. She also alleges that following a dinner in 2018, Combs forced himself into her apartment and SA'd her while she repeatedly said no and tried to push him away. Ventura says she ended the relationship for good afterward. In her lawsuit, she referred to multiple witnesses who saw the AB take place. One of them is her friend, singer-songwriter Tiffany Red, who wrote an open letter to Combs describing an incident on Ventura's 29th birthday party in 2015. Ventura and Red claim that that night, Combs and his security team forced Ventura to leave because he wanted her to have encounters with other men. Red said Ventura had disclosed to her at the time that Combs was physically abusive. I feel compelled to show up for Cassie and myself and confirm that everything she described in her complaint about what happened that night is consistent with what I experienced, she wrote. In a statement to the New York Times, Combs' lawyer Benjamin Brafman said Combs denied the allegations and that the lawsuit was riddled with baseless and outrageous lies, aiming to tarnish Mr. Combs' reputation and seeking a payday. Ventura and Combs settled the lawsuit one day after it was filed. The details remain private. Brafman said that the settlement is in no way an admission of wrongdoing. I have decided to resolve this matter amicably on terms that I have some level of control, Ventura said in a statement. I want to thank my family, fans, and lawyers for their unwavering support. Meanwhile, Combs said, "We have decided to resolve this matter amicably. I wish Cassie and her family all the best. Love." However, things took an unexpected turn in May when CNN released security footage showing Combs in the elevator bay at the now-closed Intercontinental Hotel in Los Angeles in 2016. The graphic video shows Combs grabbing Ventura by the head, throwing her to the ground, and repeatedly kicking her. He also shoves her into a corner and throws what appears to be a vase at her. The video appears to support a similar incident Ventura described in her suit. Combs followed her into the hallway of the hotel while yelling at her. He grabbed at her and then took glass vases in the hallway and threw them at her, causing glass to crash around them as she ran to the elevator to escape, Ventura's complaint reads. Meanwhile, Ventura's lawyer Douglas H. Wigdor told CNN, "The gut-wrenching video has only further confirmed the disturbing and predatory behavior of Mr. Combs. Words cannot express the courage and fortitude that Miss Ventura has shown in coming forward to bring this to light." After the video was made public, Combs posted an apology video on Instagram.
Rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable.
Ventura's attorney Meredith Feiertag responded to the apology in a statement, saying, Combs' most recent statement is more about himself than the many people he has hurt. When Cassie and multiple other women came forward, he denied everything and suggested that his victims were looking for a payday. That he was only compelled to apologize once his repeated denials were proven false shows his pathetic desperation, and no one will be swayed by his disingenuous words. In an interview with Piers Morgan, Combs' former head of security said he wasn't surprised by the footage because he witnessed the rapper being violent toward women 4 or 5 times. Roger Bonds, who worked for the mogul for a decade, alleged he had seen Combs be violent toward Cassie and his former partner Kim Porter, with whom he shares 3 children. Porter died in 2018 from pneumonia.
Body found after a desperate call to 911.
EMS 14, respond with engine 76 on scene of the cardiac.
In late May, Cassie released a statement on domestic violence, saying she was grateful for all the support she's received in the wake of the footage becoming public. The outpouring of love has created a place for my younger self to settle and feel safe now, but this is only the beginning. DV is the issue. It broke me down to someone I never thought I would become. With a lot of hard work, I am better today, but I will always be recovering from my past, she wrote on Instagram. Thank you to everyone that has taken the time to take this matter seriously. My only ask is that everyone open your heart to believing victims the first time. It takes a lot of heart to tell the truth out of a situation that you were powerless in. I offer my hand to those that are still living in fear. Reach out to your people, don't cut them off. No one should carry this weight alone. This healing journey is never ending, but this support means everything to me. In any case, there have been allegations that Diddy used to drug his victims in order to lure them into these freak-off rooms. American rapper Cam'ron made some shocking revelations about how Diddy allegedly slips ecstasy in his male guests' drinks. While speaking in an interview, Cam revealed that he attended a party on Star Island in Miami where Diddy resides.
I went to a party on Star Island in Miami where P. Diddy has a private residence. I had no...
The rapper went on to speak about how he took a bunch of ecstasy since he saw everyone taking it.
Took a whole bunch of ecstasy because everyone there was taking...
Afterward, Cam allegedly started looking for the bathroom.
I'm on ecstasy and I'm trying to find the bathroom and I can't find the bathroom and I just kind of like go down a flight of stairs and now I'm in like the inner windings of the mansion because most of it's going down.
The rapper also talked about how the house was some sort of a maze, making it hard for an intoxicated person to find his way out. Things then took a weird twist when Cam came across a room where all the creepy stuff was taking place. Cam'ron explained that he felt as though he had interrupted something. He then added that the scene felt like it was a prelude to an orgy. Yikes! Anyway, things got creepier when Diddy spotted Cam'ron
By the pool. So I get lost and I'm in like just a maze of rooms. Now, I'm looking for the bathroom.
Cameron was clearly traumatized by what he saw. He even said that he knew for sure that Diddy was high on ecstasy and that he was actually gay. The 47-year-old rapper then revealed that Diddy never forgot his face. In fact, during one of Diddy's interviews, he noticed Cam in the background. What's more, Cam'ron revealed that Diddy later on invited him out to lunch. Creepy, right? Anyway, this is not the first time Cam'ron has spoken about the weird things that happen in Diddy's household. Cameron has also spoken about how he once found at Diddy's place. That's right. Cameron made a shocking revelation on the Breakfast Club radio show saying,
brother invited me there before. I had lunch with him. Maybe like.
In any case, Diddy's empire might have been built on music, but what went on behind closed doors is now a federal investigation that could bring it all crashing down. He didn't just attend these parties, he orchestrated them. Reports from the raids even mentioned that he watched the essay remotely on his phone or projected it on screens in other parts of his house. Let that sink in. Diddy didn't always need to be present. He had cameras, he had control, and he could watch the horrors unfold from the comfort of another room. As of now, Diddy is sitting in a federal jail cell, facing charges that could put him away for decades if convicted. He's been denied bail and is on suicide watch, similar to Epstein in his final days. The indictment lists 3 federal charges: racketeering conspiracy, STF-ficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution.
Today I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment, charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, interstate transportation for...
This case is far from over. The FBI, Homeland Security, and multiple federal agencies are working around the clock to uncover more evidence. If Diddy's found guilty, the fallout won't just impact him, but everyone around him. And
that Combs did not do this alone. Do you foresee that there could be other charges related to this case?
I'm not taking anything off the table.
the fan reaction has been fierce, with some comparing him directly to Epstein. The world is waiting to see what other evidence is uncovered and how deep this scandal really goes. One particular person commented, "Diddy got arrested, and in case you don't know yet, he was the Epstein of the music industry. He was running an blackmail ring to control powerful producers, musicians, celebrities, politicians, and executives. He was promoting degenerate music and messages all throughout the 2000s. Huge portions of the music industry is based on organized crime and a poison to our society. And now I guarantee they're going to bury all the tapes and Diddy is going to have a miraculous accident in FBI custody and magically commit suicide. Diddy didn't kill himself." A second person added, "It's starting to appear as the same people who ran Epstein Island also ran Diddy's blackmail operation." The public is now turning its eyes to the trial. And as more evidence leaks, people are beginning to realize just how deep this story runs. This isn't just about a few wild parties or questionable decisions. This is about power, manipulation, and control. Only time will tell if Diddy's trial will bring him to justice. But one thing is clear. What's been revealed so far paints a picture of a man who wielded his influence for evil. In the eyes of many, he's worse than Epstein. And that's a comparison no one thought we'd ever have to make. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Bye.